Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Play Thief 3 Deadly Shadows with Camchak Fisco. Alright, last we left off we'd cleared out the first section of the palace, except for the vault because we couldn't get in past the portcullis. We cleared out the second portion except for downstairs, and we've already unlocked the portcullis. So we just have to clear out downstairs, go back and get the vault, and we're done. So, let's get back into it, shall we? Let's see, we're outside, there was a guard that way. We don't know what this way led to.
Jenny was up all night sewing the new uniforms for Lord Ember. Hands all bloody this morning.
And Julian will change them right back when he returns, you mark me.
You think he'll come back?
I never said that.
I never said it either.
Did I just hear something? Oh.
Double knockout! Woohoo! Sorry, ladies. It wasn't personal. It was actually for your safety, whether you believe it or not. Sorry about folding you in half like a... I'm out of analogies. Like a bad wallet? I don't know. I don't have an analogy. I apologize. Alright, so one thing we definitely need to do is not pick up the candle.
Whoever you are, you better have something to drink. Dark in here. Can't remember where the light switch is.
I was about to say we need to have more commentary, and then I interrupted Senior Drunk Man. Try to get past the fire, see if we can get over there and knock his butt out. Yeah, one of the major differences between this and the original first two games, you know, obviously the new engine and all, excuse me, the movement feels very different because we now have a body, which if you're in third person is fine. The transitions make sense, they're fluid, they feel appropriate.
Hey,
if you're in first person,
somebody there?
it doesn't seem right until you factor in now you have a body that's moving around, so it interferes with your movement, so it's not as smooth as it used to be. So, I mean, like, the leans make sense because there's movement to it. And in third person, all your movements seem fine. When you're in first person, it seems a little wonky because it's like you're moving around, and, well, you are. It's just a matter of, you know, we're getting used to the fact that we have a body now, as bizarre as that sounds. Okay, 84%. One of the many things that feels different about this game, and it's something that you have to get used to before you start to get your skill back up to where it was in the previous game. I mean, there are a lot of improvements with this engine. It did do a lot of things. It added an open world. It added the ability to traverse the city. You can actually go to shops and steal between missions. It wasn't just job to job. It actually offered more freedom and more diversity into the universe. The downside is because of the engine and other aspects of it, it was much like Thief 1. They integrated a lot of cool features, and not all of them were done overly well. But overall, the experience in the storyline was really good. It's just, you have to forgive it for many mistakes, basically. But once you can get past the flaws of the engine, the drawbacks, and the things we no longer have, like, one thing I blatantly miss is the ability to knock out a guard when you're behind them, even if they're alerted. That makes sense. If you hit somebody in the lower back of the head or across the head with a blackjack, it's going to knock them out. That's just what blunt force trauma does to the brain. But the engine doesn't allow us to do that. I can't do my flashbang, run up and blackjack everybody trick anymore because it doesn't work. When you flashbang somebody, they're alert, and when they're alert, you can't knock them out. So that trick doesn't work. Now I have to flashbang, run into the shadows, duck into a corner, wait till they calm down, then go knock them out one at a time. So many aspects of it are different, but if you can get used to that, overall, it's a good game. I mean, it's got an excellent storyline to it. It's very well done. Still don't know where the cook is. It's just, you know, it's like the first game. It has its flaws. Because they're trying to do lots of new things, and sadly they try to do a bunch of new stuff for the final game. Which, when you're going for the gusto and you're trying to wrap up the series, my advice would be don't make a new game, you know, start with a new engine from scratch as your final go, unless you have a lot more playtime tests behind it. Because they could have, I think they could have smoothed out a lot of the wrinkles. I really think they could have. Cook's Journal. My errand in the city is done, but it's for nothing. Julian's medallion has been stolen. If Julian is fool enough to come now, I'll still open the side entrance for him, but I fear the outcome. He'll try to take Ember's medallion, and there'll be blood for sure. If Julian had treated me better, I'd have told him about the new portcullis protecting the vault, and the switch that opens it in Lord Ember's chamber. But I cannot carry on this farce of serving two masters. One way or another, the two dogs are going to fight this out, the scared poodle and the whipped cur. I only hope my part in this is never discovered. If it is, I'll say I told Julian about the portcullis, and maybe that'll be enough. Not likely, dude. Not likely. So, well, yes, I will be the first to admit that there are many, many flaws to this. There are many drawbacks. It was what needed to be done for the storyline to go the direction that it did. It was kind of what they had to do. 90% loot. We hit the marker. Now, if we can just take out the chef without him seeing us, that would be a great start. Where the hell did the chef go?
So far, so good. Chances are it's nothing. Trying not to get too...
Oh, we actually hit him from the side and it knocked him out. I'm surprised. I didn't think that worked. Okay, grab the health potion. I think we've gotten everything here. Do one last quick cursory glance, but I'm pretty sure I got it all. One thing that's nice is, as I'm recording this, even though I see a lot of screen tearing because I'm running it in a window, fortunately when I check the videos, it doesn't show up for you guys, so you don't see it, so that's a good thing. So, you don't have to worry about seeing constant screen tear because it's recording at a lower frame rate anyway. Okay, so we got the drunk guard and we got the guard up front, so we need to just go around them and leave them be. And they can explain to the master of the house why everybody's unconscious except for them. That's a conversation I would not want to be present. I'd want to be present to see what happened to them, but, you know, I wouldn't want to be them. That's for bloody sure. So we will carry on back to the previous section, because I think we're done here. And it certainly does look nicer than the previous engine, but, you know, if you're going to upgrade to the Unreal Engine and it doesn't look prettier, you did something horribly wrong. I believe this is actually the Unreal 2.5 engine, which is the same engine they used for Deus Ex 2. Okay, so we're back here again. The portcullis is open, so we should just be able to zip back there and grab it. So I believe everybody's unconscious between here and the front door. And we just have the idiot at the front door that we can walk around, and we're done. So I'd say we did a pretty good job the first time through. We even managed to find all the bits of loot.
The Rutherford family vault. That opal is as good as mine.
Yep, 100% of the loot. Woohoo!
So this is what they all wanted. Well, it's better off with me.
I wonder if that necklace was the third item, because we got 3. 3 special items. I don't remember what the third one was. Oh wait, that'll actually tell us, won't it? Gear. Loot. Oh, the other medallion, right. The medallion, the painting, and the gilded helmet. Right. So it was the other medallion. Okay. That makes more sense. So now we just sashay on out the front door. Nobody the wiser. Nobody has a clue we were ever here. Now that's cleaning Garrett style. Actually, we can just go out this window, and we don't have to worry about the front door at all. Spring. Nobody even knows we were here. Except for some people with a headache. But, you know, they didn't see anything, so that's all that matters. About to end the mission. Are you sure you want to continue? Absolutely!
The bloodline opal's mine now, and based on the size of this thing, I'd say it was worth it. But something tells me this Lady Elizabeth character had her own plans for the Rutherfords. I'd better get the opal to Perry soon. You can cut it into smaller stones that are easier to move. And we'll both make a tidy profit.
Let's see what our stats are. 100% of the loot, 32 minutes. Expert. 21 blackjacks. 9 pockets, or locks picked. 36 minutes total. Total loot times caught 2. That was during the introduction when I was trying to get past the one guard to grab the loot down the hall. Okay, so we continue on. Cue cutscene, because it is Thief.
South Quarter, one of the city's most crowded residential districts in the center of town, near the river. It's not wall-to-wall nobility like Halldale, but there's money here, if you know where to look. South Quarter's where I live, so I guess this is home. As long as I behave myself, I can go anywhere and do as I please, and the residents won't give me any trouble. But the city watch will. The entire force knows what I look like, and they'll attack me on sight. If I don't stay out of the way of their patrols, I might be looking at some jail time, or worse. First thing I need to do is see my fence, Heartless Perry. His shop is down in Black Alley. I'm bringing Perry the bloodline Opal. I don't want to hang on to this stone any longer than I have to. Something about that job has left me with a bad feeling.
Perchance the crazy wife that wants to kill her husband and inherit everything? Maybe her insanity has you a little concerned. Certainly does me, Garrett. Oh yeah, I was wrong. This is not a cutscene, but this does start the beginning of day 1, where we actually have access to the city. So I will be saving in an open slot. And while we're in Garrett's apartment, excuse me one second.
It's not much, but it's home.
Sorry, I had to hack my lungs out. We actually get to see what his abode looks like, and we can actually grab a few supplies on our way out the door. Noisemaker arrow, flashbang, another flash bomb, more arrows, and what do we have? Let's see. So we've got 5 noisemaker, 23 water, 28 broadhead, the dagger, and the blackjack. 10 flash bombs, 4 healing potions. Well, that's actually pretty good considering. I mean, I wouldn't mind having more, but we'll learn that soon enough.
Oh, it's just you. At first I thought somebody had broken in or something. Well, good evening.
Good evening, guard. Hope you have yourself a lovely evening. Rest well. Well, you know, it just... Why shouldn't we steal from our own apartment? We're here. Let's see, I don't want to throw him in my apartment, so I'll throw him over here. Don't die as you go down the stairs, man. The lights out. Although, now that we're in the city, there is no don't kill objectives, so it reverts to normal mode when you're walking around town. I don't know why, but it does. So it's a normal difficulty, normal AI challenge. There we go. So, one of the things I learned early on when playing through this is when you're in the city, since there is no kill restriction, you can actually be cute.
Journal of Z Wicket, Tuesday. Finally got the rent money from Garrett, the tenant across the hall, just in time, too. But taff it all, these payments are draining me dry. Why is he blackmailing me? I'm not a rich man. I put the rent money in with the other coins I've managed to gather up and deposited them as the blasted lowlife instructed underneath the old sewer grate, down in Black Alley. I can't take much more of this, making payments every single day like this.
Too bad Mr. Wicket has to pay money to his blackmailer. Too bad for his blackmailer that I know where the drop is.
Nothing like collecting our rent money back the next day. Oh, that's jacked up. You gotta love that. So yeah, as I was saying, you can actually... 1 second, please. Sorry, had to cough. You can actually knock out and or kill townsfolk, and they'll respawn, and every time they spawn, they have random loot. So it's entirely possible to just sit there and loot the town for like hours and get a ton of loot that you can turn around and sell to the pawn
Was that
shops.
a noise of some sort?
Good night. Alright, this is... I think this is one of the many, like, grim fairy tales scattered around the city, if I remember correctly. Henry and the Hag. There once was a little boy named Henry who lived with his mother and father. Henry was good most of the time, but sometimes he disobeyed his parents and went wandering out the streets alone at night. He was hoping to find food for his parents, who often went hungry to make sure Henry had enough. One night Henry came upon an old grey lady. She asked him to help with a bundle which was too heavy for her. Henry wanted to help the old woman, though he couldn't see her face under the grey hood. When Henry stooped to lift the bundle, he did see her face. It was the hag! When the hag was done eating him, all that was left of Henry was a pile of bones and clothes. When his parents found him the next day, his mother wept, "Oh, if only he had listened to me and not gone on at night." The end. Kind of short, but relays the point that there's rumors of a hag, kind of like a witch of the town that eats children and does horrible things. One of the many tales to the city. I love how they actually gave the city some atmosphere. It's very cool. Normally the locks are like left, right, or left, right, left, things like that. There's patterns to it. I'm finally actually starting to remember them because it's been a long time since I've played, so it's very cool that I'm actually starting to remember them. Carefully grab the money without nudging anything. And does he have any... Does he have a purse on his person? Okay, I don't see one. Is there anything on the nightstand? No. Okay, no, he does not have a purse on him. Okay, when they spawn, the townsfolk can randomly have glasses, bracelets, pouches, and necklaces. Anything but the pouches on their side have to be kill or knockout to actually get them to drop them. If they have a pouch, you can just pickpocket as they walk by. But it's a great way to acquire loot if you don't mind being a short-term mass murderer. So, we will carry on into the next section of town. Leave and enter South Quarter. Yes, please. Throughout the city, you can find scattered loot and occasionally new types of arrows. Either new or refills for arrows, like fire, water, etc.
Obey the law, and there's no need to worry about the residents. The city watch are the guys who want to lock me up, though. Gotta keep my eye out for them.
And now that Garrett's done with his monologue, I can move forward and trigger the next one.
So then I said, but I can't read. And so he says, they got the whole place under
quarantine. I know. Same thing happened to me. I can read so I could see for myself. I asked why, but the city watch wouldn't give me the time of day.
What do you think? Some kind of plague?
That's what I thought. But then I was talking to Jesse down over the tavern, and he says it's some kind of ship come into the docks. Something wrong with it. The quarantine is so that, and this is Jesse who said it, so take it for what it's worth, that otherwise the undead would be everywhere.
Everywhere? I wonder if Natalie is okay. She lives over in the docks near the Bloody Ears Tavern.
I know. And Grace O'Malley, too. Mind you, Jesse could be wrong.
Sure, he's been wrong before. That's right. Everything's probably all right.
Yeah, the city watch is just being careful. Doing this quarantine thing is a precautionary type step.
Yeah.
One thing I'm sure you've noticed with the subtitles is they're kind of lagged behind the actual chat. Okay, he doesn't have anything on him. Zoom tight, sir. South Quarter Fountain. Near this site, the first stone was believed to have been laid in the building of the city. So the very first brick to the town was laid there? That's kind of cool. We can wander around, take a poke around. Just make sure when you break into places, people aren't, blatantly staring at you. It's usually the smart thing to think. Or to, make sure you're not being watched. Okay, there's nothing there. There's nothing up here, even though it looks suspect. This is another way in and out once the door becomes locked down the road when we actually start stealing valuables. Oh, the more you break into a place, the more the next day that place is more secured, so that you won't just break it and steal more stuff. So that's kind of funny. All right, one thing we're going to find scattered around town are basically roaches. I think they're metal mites. They actually eat metal. We can't do anything with them yet, but they tie into the game later, dealing with the Hammerite faction. So I won't get into too much detail because I don't want to jump ahead of where we are. And there's a gas arrow up there. I can see it from down here. So we have to figure out how to get up there, which involves jumping. So this would be the... Oh, stop that. Dang it! I didn't mean to fire the arrow. Ugh. Pain in my butt. Made me waste an arrow for nothing. Alright, so... Yeah, this is kind of like the Thief's Highway from 2. Seriously.
Good times. Good times.
Stop that.
Them were the days.
Seriously.
I'll tell you that much. It tastes good, right?
Okay, there's falling damage. I did not know that. Good to know. Gonna quick load and we're gonna try that again. Okay, so we went in the house, there was nothing in there. We just need to grab the water crystals in the fountain.
Sure, he's been wrong before. That's right.
Okay, now we're back to
Everything's
full.
probably all right.
Now we're just gonna
Yeah,
grab
the
the stuff over
city
here.
watch is just being careful.
And I don't remember what I was saying when I got derailed and fell off the box, so... Stop doing that stupid bug! Just work properly. Oh, this is kind of like a little mini Thief's Highway to introduce us to the concept of look up, so you can find stuff. Yeah, one of the things you got to be careful of is now that we have a body, you have to be mindful of said body, because you can get hung up on things and whatnot. Yes, I know how gas arrow works. Thank you. Whee! Ah. Ow. Okay, so there's falling damage. We just have to be careful with it. Good to know. Okie dokie. Little rat. So we get to peruse around the city and take a poke and see what we can see. Good evening, sir.
Evening.
Flashbang. Ooh, fire. Fire are always good. Ooh, piece of silverware. I see the shiny up there. Climb up onto the table, grab the shiny. Let's go upstairs, take care of the owner, and we can head on out the front door. Let's see, where is he? I don't just want to walk in and have him staring at me. There we go.
What the? I'm gonna...
Nope, 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 nope. That won't work. We're gonna go back and try that again. No squeeze Neasel staring at us. No, 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 no. We do not allow that.
All right.
Night. Okay, that must lead out to the balcony of another way to reach the thingamajig, the whatever stone thingy, the crystal, whatever it was we got up on top of the chandelier. So let's pick the lock and walk out the front door. Got anything of value? Get a bracelet. So we grab him and go stash him somewhere. Not exactly the darkest of spots, but we can rectify that by doing this. That should take care of him. Come over here and go, hi, how you doing?
Those critters all stirred up.
As he walks away, we walk up and steal his money. And nobody's the wiser. It's somehow so satisfying to rob the townsfolk. I don't know why. Maybe it's just the sneaky weasel in me. But it's somehow satisfying. No passing. Quarantine area. By order of City Watch. No inquiries, please. Violators will be prosecuted. So if we're not allowed to inquire, then... bro? That doesn't make sense. Havelock Prison. If we ever get arrested, that's where we go. So we have a chance to break out. Once. After you break out once, any other time afterwards, you get
Those are
killed.
City Watch. You can tell by their insignia. They're the guys I have to look out for.
So we need to sneak around the other way to get to him. Okie dokie. Good evening, sir.
Don't look too familiar.
And he didn't even notice a thing.
Excuse me.
There's no excuse for you. Could you move? You're in my way. Okie dokie. Now if we just sneak up behind him, blackjack his butt, we can actually steal some supplies that are in the place.
Oh, help! An ambush! Barely fell.
Oh, that didn't work. He's too close to the wall, I think. You can always just shoot him in the head with an arrow, but that's a bit excessive. And yet I really, really want to.
Anybody there? I can see you. I'm gonna go get help right now.
You go right ahead. Nobody cares.
Stay back. Don't hurt me.
Grab some more arrows. Good evening, sir. Lovely evening we're having. Fancy a nap? Okay.
Aha!
Whoa! Yep, yeah, see, now there'll be a roaming guard. So you gotta be careful. He has no clue. Poor fool. And the bodies do eventually vanish, so you don't have to worry about keeping them hidden for long. And once the people respawn, you actually have a better chance of grabbing loot. So, it's actually kind of worth it to knock everybody out. Of course, you have to be careful. Now that we've taken care of the one guard, anyone that respawns now will be roaming. So you have to be very aware of that. Once you take out the stationary guard, any guard that replaces him will be a wandering guard like this guy.
Oh well, maybe.
Good night. Sweet dreams. Can we squeeze through here? Oh good, we can. Toss him in the back. I'll do one quick lap to see what I can grab loot-wise, and then we'll head back to the next section. So, I'm not dragging this out, I promise. I'm just trying to get some good loot. That's my story, and I'm sticking with it. Should be able to stash him right over here. And just walk around the corner, see if anybody's respawned, and get on with our day. Go poke our heads over to this section real quick. Never did take this guy out. Grab him. And we should probably be able to stuff him over here in the corner. Okie dokie. Excuse me. Now that we've managed to knock everybody unconscious, we shall carry on to the next section. And I know I'm running close to the time, but I at least want to get around the corner so you guys can see that before we carry on. So I will wrap this up just as soon as we get there. Good evening, sir. How about that? So the red handprint is this.
This is Black Alley. The red handprint is the mark of illegal establishments.
Now we've gotten the 50 gold that our landlord left for the blackmailer. Oh, stop that. It's not letting us up for some reason. There it goes. Yeah, I don't think there's anything up there for now, but yeah, this is the shop where we can buy things, and the other one is the pawn shop. So, grab ourselves a moss arrow real quick. And we will go to the shops in the next episode. Good evening, sir. Let me lighten your burden there, good man. So, we will pick up in the next episode. Sorry for running over on this one. Thank you everybody for watching. You guys are really awesome viewers. I really appreciate you taking the time to watch the videos. It means a lot to me, and it's really about your entertainment, so I hope you enjoy them, because that's what it's all about. So, you all take care of yourselves, and if you want to see more of me, then queue up any other video that's in my playlists, or stay tuned for more videos. In the meantime, goodbye everybody.